Can cats display heroism when the situation demands it, just like dogs? This particular story serves as compelling evidence that they indeed can. Curious to learn what transpired? Stay tuned and watch the video to find out. While it's a common belief that cats are aloof creatures who only tolerate humans for the sake of food, there's a heartwarming tale that defies these misconceptions. When we typically think of animals saving human lives, our minds often conjure images of heroic dogs. However, in this extraordinary story, an unexpected hero emerges in the form of a cat, and what unfolds next is nothing short of surprising. This story happened back to 2017, but the cat's journey began well before that. Bandit, a tabby cat, had a challenging start in life. Whether he became a stray due to abandonment or was born on the streets remains a mystery. Nevertheless, he eventually found his way to a rescue shelter. Fortunately, this shelter was a no-kill facility, providing Bandit with ample time to find a loving owner. It didn't take long for his forever human to come into the picture. Françoise, a retired woman in search of a feline companion to share her days with, discovered Bandit and instantly fell head over heels for him. "You're mine," she had said when she first saw the young cat. Not long after, the two were heading back to Fran's home in Buena Vista Senior Community in Texas, USA. It was here that Bandit would show his heroic nature. As the cat settled into his new forever home, his charming and quirky personality soon started to shine through. He loved to explore the house and find new comfy spots where he could nestle down and sleep. He also loved spending his time with Fran, who was more than happy to accommodate her new furry feline friend. Like most cats, this feline pretty much had the run of the home. One of Bandit's more unusual habits was that he liked to go for walks around the buildings. What was even more unusual, though, was that he didn't mind Fran tagging along. "He just let me go for a walk with him," said Fran in an interview. The two would often go on a daily walk together, meandering around the building and saying hello to any of their neighbors that they passed by. Little did either of them know that one of these neighbors would soon need a helping hand or paw. It started off as a normal day. Fran and Bandit were enjoying the company of Fran's daughter, who had come to visit her mother for a week to catch up with her and spend some quality time together. Their day had gone on like any normal day. They had watched TV, talked, and even gone on a walk with the feline, as Fran usually did every day. It wasn't until the evening that things took a turn for the worse. Fran and her daughter had just settled down for the night when all of a sudden, Bandit started to go on another walk. He turned around, looked at me, and said meow and waited for me to go to the door, said Fran. This was what the cat usually did when he wanted to leave the house. So Fran knew what he was asking of her, but she didn't know why. Usually the feline was content with just going on one walk and then sleeping for the rest of the day. Even though they had gotten their fresh air for that day, Fran simply couldn't say no to her beloved kitty and decided to go on another walk with him. It's a good thing that she did, otherwise things could have ended up much worse. Once the elderly woman had opened the door, Bandit sprinted out of the house. But something unusual happened. Instead of sticking close to Fran and walking at a leisurely pace like he normally did, Bandit broke out into a sprint and rushed off along the corridor. Worried that the cat had run off, Fran and her daughter quickly hurried after him. But when they found the feline, they couldn't believe what he was doing. Bandit was sitting in the little courtyard area right next to an elderly woman who was on the ground. The elderly woman, named Mary Baker, had been walking her little sausage dog called Sugar when she suddenly took a turn for the worse. It turned out that Mary was diabetic and her blood sugar had gotten dangerously low. Because of this, she had collapsed on the ground and couldn't get up. "When they got to me," said Mary, "I was just barely talking. Help me, help me." Because of her weakened state, there was no way of telling how long Mary had been on the ground. When asked, even the lady herself couldn't recall due to the stress and panic that she was in. "It's a miracle," said Mary, referring to the fact that Bandit had found her and led help to her. When Fran and her daughter realized the situation, they quickly jumped into action. They called the emergency services for an ambulance and then made their way down to where Mary was. The mother and daughter duo sat with the collapsed woman until the paramedics arrived, giving her comfort and reassurance that everything was going to be all right. Once safely in the hands of paramedics, Mary was rushed to the hospital where her condition was stabilized, and she was brought back to full health again. When she was given the all-clear, the elderly woman was able to return home. After getting back to her house in the community center, Mary set out to thank Fran and Bandit for saving her life. She told the cat's owner that God works in mysterious ways, and this time he worked through a cat. Mary couldn't have been more grateful for the feline who saved her life. Since then, the two neighbors who had rarely interacted before the event have become best friends. "She calls me sister," said Fran, who was overjoyed that she and Mary had grown such a close bond thanks to the heroic feline Bandit. Mary was also overcome with emotion when talking about her newfound friendship. "I'm blessed," she said, "that I have good friends here. This is my extended family." After the ordeal and Bandit's involvement in saving Mary's life, news got around to the rest of the residents who were living in the building at that time. "We may have to call him Sir Bandit," said Fran. However, she wasn't too fond of this idea because she didn't want to give her cat a bigger head than he already had. Despite this, there is no doubt that the quirky little feline soon garnered a reputation for being a hero. Whenever anyone saw him on his daily walks, they would make it a point to give him a pet and a treat, something that he definitely deserved. However, despite all the newfound attention showered upon the cat, to Fran, he remained the same endearing little kitty she had discovered at the shelter. He was still the one who relished snoozing in cozy spots and perhaps taking leisurely strolls. Now, however, she vowed to keep a close eye on him if he ever decided to dash off again. Furthermore, thanks to Bandit, Fran had gained a new lifelong companion with whom she could enjoy countless conversations and shared moments. This cat proved to be a miracle in more ways than one. Thanks to him, a life was not only saved, but a lasting friendship was also forged. For anyone who claims that cats lack emotions, this story serves as a compelling rebuttal, proving them wrong. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also, press the bell icon and subscribe to our channel to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.